Toby, we're here at a very wet Snetterton. In all honesty, I don't really know where to start this interview. We won't go on about it for too long, but tail end of last year wasn't ideal. Obviously, Silverstone was a complete nightmare for you. Obviously, a very challenging winter, but you're here now. What a journey.
It's been a bit of a rollercoaster, to be fair. The winter's been hugely challenging, physically, mentally, pretty much writing off this season, very early doors, just to try and get recovered and get fit again, really. It was a massive crash at Silverstone, luckily to survive, but thankfully I was in a really good Porsche, and the safety equipment done its job, which was fantastic. But I got the call literally Monday, a few days ago, from my incredible sponsor, saying, "Tobes, are you up for it? Do you fancy it? Shall we get stuck back in? There's a car available." And we had a meeting with Clean Racing in the early part of Monday morning. And by about lunchtime, it was, be there Friday at Snetterton. So, it's been a bit of a mad one.
Yeah, it's great to have you back. Obviously, I'm sure the last few weeks, month, however long, has been super busy for you. But actually, compared to most championships, the Sprint Challengers started quite late. We're only at round 1 and we're at the end of May now here at Snet. I guess a little bit, it's worked out quite nicely, but I imagine, like I said, still very busy last few weeks, hasn't it been? Yeah,
it's been mental. Yeah, I'm really fortunate that Sprint Challenge did start this late because I only really got health clearance about 3 weeks ago. So thankfully my health is all good now, and I'm fully recovered from everything. So I was quite grateful of the late start of the championship. I rung Ian Fletcher to obviously wish him the news and explain what was going on, and he was like, "Okay, well, we'll have to work some shifts now to try and get this out." And everyone has done such a great job to turn the car around, get me here. Get the livery on. I'm completely blown away, to be fair, mate.
And I feel like even more so, you've been thrown in at the deep end. Snetterton's a pretty challenging circuit. It's a bit marmite between drivers, and the weather's been pretty miserable. It's been wet, it's been cold, and it doesn't really know what to do because it's dried up now, but the track's still pretty greasy, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's not my favourite circuit at all. I think there's a lot of drivers that would probably think I'm crazy jumping into a championship at this level. It's a hugely positive competition. Everyone's fantastic on this grid. Having no testing, I drove this car for the very first time on Friday practice yesterday, and it's just been a huge baptism of fire to try and kind of figure out how this car works. What's been quite interesting is the Club Sport that I was in last year to now the GT4 RS looks very similar. There's a couple of subtle tweaks to the car that's visibly noticeable, but to drive it is quite a different animal. This has got effectively a GT3 Cup engine in it. There's not as much grip as a Cup car, and it gets very, very busy very quickly. So it's a challenge, but it's great to get stuck in and find out how to swim, pretty much is the case.
And I imagine a lot learnt this morning, obviously in qualifying. It was a lot wetter then, but whatever happens, you must just be looking forward to race 1 this afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've dusted off all the cobwebs now. I've driven the car both in wet and dry conditions at a track that I'm not really a fan of. I can race from where I've qualified, so I'm let's just see what happens. Get stuck in, hopefully have a clean race, bring the car home ultimately. But I'm looking forward to get stuck in now and see where we end up.
Yeah, absolutely. Best of luck for the rest of the weekend. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, mate.